Okay. Yes. Okay. Recording. Check, 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 check. All right. So today is the 10th of April, and we are at the point where you should have over here, bring this over here. If anybody was going to do the Behance, now would be the time to do that. That was Tuesday. Everybody, but I think Darshanae, no, Jack didn't either present. We may go over that today if Jack is ready. And
I'm good to go
I
whenever you
in
can.
go ahead.
No, I can go whenever.
Okay. We introduced Project 4 and 5 on Tuesday, and I did a demo on how to create Project 5's layout, and I have the demo also on the YouTube channel. So if anybody missed it or wanted to review that, it's on there. And then today is the 10th, so I'm going to go through 6 um, and how to set that up. And I also did a YouTube video on that. And I think I did another one as well on just pages, how to rearrange pages in InDesign. So let's see.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What were we supposed to do in Behance?
Oh, that was optional if you wanted to add this project to Behance
Oh,
for
okay.
portfolio. Because
Okay.
portfolio submissions start, I put the notification on Blackboard about portfolio and
Okay.
submissions.
I just got confused because in other classes we have done it at the end of the semester. So I was like, okay, what is this? Okay.
You will have to create um, one for project 5, which I think it's your last. I think it's your last project. So if you can see right here, you start creating your Behance page for project 5 on week 15.
Okay.
And then you will present your typography journal the last week, and we'll do critiques, and we'll have the final exam. And if we have time, um, maybe right here, Thursday the 15th, we can go over your Behances and see how they're looking. I
Cool.
just forgot what I was doing. Okay. All right. So, project or exercise 6. I think I touched on it last Tuesday. Exercise 6, right? You're going to create a chapter book. You're going to get raw information and like I want to say not raw information, but raw text that you're going to have to lay out in a chapter format. And it's going to look like, I'll show you the example first. They're going to look like this. Um, and it's going to be several pages. And I think there's at the top of the um, project, there's a link to the example, like the real book, and how it's laid out in the real book to help you figure out how to lay out the complicated system that they have. I think you can see it better here if I zoom in a little bit. The complicated system that they have here of information. They have a header, then they have a subheader, then they have another subheader, and then you're going to have to figure out a system, a hierarchy system, how you want to create this and how the paragraphs are going to be laid out. And then you're going to have like quotes in here. You're going to have to put in italics. You're going to have to you're going to have to copy and paste the information from the document that I gave you into InDesign and format it, create paragraph styles, create character styles, and it is not required in the project, the assignment, but you can also, in the video, I taught you how to create page numbers, folios, and how to change your page numbering. So for this project, it is going to be due on the 24th, and for the final type exercise, you'll be typesetting the text for a book chapter. The text is the first chapter of Robert Bringhurst, The Elements of Typographic Style. So the chapter has a series of headers that will need to be designed to create a hierarchy and special formatting. This will challenge your typesetting abilities and also allow you to explore the ability to create paragraph and character styles in InDesign. So you're going to begin the exercise by reading the provided copy so that you can begin to understand the structure of the text. Then you will identify the different levels of headers and sketch out how you might create the typographic style system. Then you will use up to 2 typefaces, and you must work with typefaces that we have mentioned in the lectures. Be sure to select typefaces that are readable, of course you will, and are appropriate for the content, of course you will. Make sure that you are creating these systems so that there is a clear hierarchy between the different header levels, and consider capitalization versus lowercase, weight, size, leading, and typeface. And all the headers of the same level should be styled the same. You can work on the computer to explore the headings and try out 2 to 3 different options. Also think about how you want to set up the body copy. Okay, and once you have your options and are happy with begin the flow in the text. So you're going to create a 5 by 8 pages and have a 1/2 inch margin with facing pages. And then you're going to create text boxes of the same scale and shape on every page, and then start flowing in the text. Once you get all the text in the document, you can begin building the styles. So get the text in, then the styles. You want to create the first few headers and then define them in the paragraph and character styles palettes. Once you have your styles and have them applied, you can begin making other adjustments to the text, such as fixing bullet points, text, M and N dashes, italicized type. Your typeset choices will determine the number of pages. Generally speaking, it'll probably be about 8 to 10. Shapes and graphic elements in addition to type are allowed, but no photographs or illustrations are allowed. So you're going to explore typeface choices, indent styles, scale and weight to control the hierarchy, utilize shape and type styles to build a typographic system. Space. Bleeding off the page, you don't need that. You're going to be just doing text and you don't have any images. Using more than 2 typefaces, don't do that, because 2. Using a type that does not honor the content, like Comic Sans. There's no Comic Sans. Okay, and then you'll do the typical, save it as an InDesign file and turn it in as a PDF. And then up at the top, this is the raw information that you will receive. And let me see if I can download it. I think I might have it open already. This is what it will look like, and it's not going to look this nice when you copy and type it or copy and paste it into InDesign. So you're going to download the PDF, and what you can do is, this is Adobe Acrobat. You can click Command A, and it'll select everything. That's how you get it. That's how you copy it. And I already have it open in InDesign, and I've already done this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to, and I know if you guys want to follow along, you can. Otherwise, you can watch the video later. do you guys want to create the document now, or do you want to do it on your own?
Yeah, I'll create it with you.
Okay. So if you remember, I think it said I'm going to do a new document. Inches. Was it 8 by 5? What was the dimensions? 5 by 8 with the
Something. Oh,
half inch margin. So five
I I didn't
by
open
eight.
InDesign yet.
Okay, I'll wait.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No facing pages. So that should be unclicked when you get there.
Pages are 10.
I put 10. I would probably start with 15 because when you copy and paste it in there, it's going to be 15 pages.
Okay.
But then when you start changing it and editing it, it's going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. So I would start with 15 because that was mine ended up being 15. And then margins are a half inch. And this is the standard gutter, 0.1667, one column.
All right, I'm all caught up, I think.
Is everybody good? And sorry for my door being open. It's broken.
Nope.
That's why I was kind of late because I was quickly gorilla gluing it back together. That fell off the hinges. The hinge, the screw is stripped. So
Do we go ahead and press create?
are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to press crossing. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong. I meant click facing pages. So I'm going to fix it now. I meant to click facing
Document setup.
pages. So go to File, Document Setup, and just click facing pages. Oops.
Pages, boom.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. I'm just waiting. Okay, so I'm going to double click on parent page. Not sure why okay. I want to be, where's my parent page? Um, insert page. No, okay. Insert page after, I want to insert a parent page and that's not what I wanted to do. Do you guys have two here or one? You have two? And
One.
I have one. You have one.
I have like
And
only one A parent page, I think.
I know. Why do I only have one A parent page? It might be because I had facing, and I'm gonna try and figure out how to fix that unless
Do
somebody
we need to
else
have more?
knows. I should have two right here, and it doesn't have two. See, it has one.
Oh, I don't have two either. I have the none and then one A. Yeah, sorry.
Wait. Insert pages.
I might have to
Yeah.
start again because I can't figure out why I can't get an extra
What? It just
two.
added a page 16.
Yeah, it's gonna add a page 16 if you try to add one while you're in parent pages. I'm trying to remember why. Parent pages load, hide, color, panel options. No, that's not what I want. Well, duplicate parent page. Let's try that. No, okay. Can I move it down here? No, I can't move it down. Okay,
I don't
so
see
shuffle.
anything happening.
Sorry, I was just trying
I don't
something
know what's
different.
going on.
Oh, don't worry. It created a B instead of two A's. So I'm trying to create another A parent page.
When I created the document, at the beginning, I selected the facing
Oh,
pages, and it automatically gave me two parent pages.
Yeah, and I think it's
I
because I created it with not facing pages.
wait, guys. Parent
Yeah.
options. Okay, right click the A parent page on the right. Parent options for A parent,
Yeah.
and then number of pages, type 2,
Two. Thank
and then
you.
click OK.
Awesome. Thank you.
What did we do?
Right click on the
Right
parent
click
page.
on the parent page on the top right. Go down to where it says parent options for A parent, and then on the bottom of that window, there's like number of pages, type 2 in that box.
Thank you, James.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, here we are.
You're
I'm on
welcome.
the parent pages. So I'm on the parent page and I'm gonna create a text box if my computer doesn't freeze up on me. Not this, okay, need to undo that. So I'm gonna make a or a text box the size of the um area where you have your margins and your column. So I just created two empty text boxes there. And if you can see, it has a dotted line now on all the pages. So I'm going to double click on page 1. And you can't really select it unless, I gotta remember how it's shift click or shift command. Shift, yeah, okay, shift command to activate the text box. Because when it's on the parent page, you can't like touch it or move it or change it unless you shift command click.
Wait,
That's
wait,
how you
what?
access. So,
Wait,
okay, let me view. So if you can see, I'm on page 1.
yes,
We added the text boxes to the parent pages, right?
yes.
And so because it's on the parent page, I can't select it unless I press Shift Command click on the text box.
Oh, it's making me click the bigger text box from the
You have
right
more than one.
parent page.
Are you on the parent page or are you on page 1?
Page 1.
Okay, so yes,
Was I
that's
not
fine.
supposed to put a second one?
Yeah, you were supposed to put 2. So when we go down to here, we have 1 on each one of these pages. So this is just the right side parent page. And this is the left and the right side parent page. So basically, this is this right side parent page.
I think I made the text box on the parent page, or my second text box on the parent page fit the whole
Oh yeah,
fit
you
the
need to
whole
go back and
half.
change it. So you need to make 2 different ones, one on the left, one on the right, to fit into that column that is
Okay,
pink.
I just made them fit I just made
Okay.
them fit the margin.
Okay, and then you're able to shift click and then select the one on page 1.
Yes, got it.
Okay, so I'm going to double click in it so I can potentially start typing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, when you're there and you have your cursor inside of the box, I'm going to go back to the PDF. I have it all selected by pressing Command A. That's what I did to get it all selected. I'm going to Command C to copy. It's copying it. And I'm going to go over. Go ahead. Question?
Yeah, that's just in the Blackboard under the exercise,
Yeah, it's right here.
access it.
The
Okay,
elements of typography style, if you want to download that
I'll do that now.
and open it in Adobe Acrobat. And I think I warned you several times already. It's gonna look like crazy.
Wrap?
It's gonna look, Jack will probably appreciate this, like the client from hell gave you the information. Yep. It's one of those projects. Just wait. It gets, it gets so
I
Just
downloaded
good.
you
mine.
wait. You guys are in for it when you get in the job field. I'll tell you.
This is gonna give him a good taste of it, I'm
This is
telling you.
nothing, man. This is nothing.
Have you seen what it comes in like?
Oh yeah.
You did?
What?
You did it already?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's an S show. So prepare yourselves. Oh, I like your rings.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
What?
She has
Yeah,
two rings
Oh,
on.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I always
I
wear
didn't
my
see that.
ring. I don't know.
Are those agates or jasper or
Gosh, I used to be like so into different crystals and I don't remember all of them, but like I think azurite and this one's like shungite or something like that. I don't know.
nice?
They're like for the throat chakra.
Can I
Yeah.
see your ring?
There are two of them. They're really pretty.
There's just two of them, yeah.
I was wearing
Oh, that
this
would be
right
Okay.
cool.
now.
Oh, is
Oh,
yours green too?
Yes.
do you know
I
what it
have
is?
I don't
Um,
know. Grandmother, my mother-in-law bought it for me in Spain. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I
If
have
you put it up,
lapis.
maybe I could identify it.
It's like a green, isn't it?
I would say.
It's like a dark green.
I can't even, I don't know. I can't see it very good.
Did everybody get that downloaded and opened?
No, I was doing that and
yes,
then you
I
said my
got it.
rings.
I got distracted. Sorry. Something shiny.
It'll take me a couple more minutes. Hold on. Okay, I got it open in Acrobat.
Okay, how's everybody else doing? Tyler, Chris, you
I
good?
just have the text in the text box.
Okay, wait, hold on. Freeze. Stop right there. Okay. So you selected all
Yes.
by Command A, Command C to
Yeah.
copy. Make sure I did that. And then
Yes.
you go into InDesign.
Yeah.
You guys are in the way. I cannot see. Okay. And I'm in the type box, text box. I'm gonna Command V.
That's what I did.
Wait. But wait, there's more. Okay.
Oh.
Everybody there? We good? Okay. So you see this red plus sign at the bottom? You guys familiar with this?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna keep on swimming, keep on swimming. Here we go. Click and paste. Click and paste. Click and link. So you're gonna do that for 15 pages.
Little.
Yeah. Keep on swimming, keep on swimming. I gotta watch that movie again. What am I on? 13, 12?
I'm on. I just got done with 10 and 11.
I think on 14. Oh, we ended a little early. It went 13
Oh,
instead of, oh, I know why it's 15 because I
ooh.
pushed down. I went to 13.
I um I stopped in the middle of 14.
I wonder why. Did I do something wrong? Wait, undo. Let's see. I should have 15. Oh, I wonder why. Oh, and also I put in the, what's it called?
The word
What is this
itself.
called? At the beginning of here somewhere. There is a word. Oh, right there. It's in big red letters. In the PDF is a word.
Yeah,
One
the
word
word
is
itself.
missing. Itself is at the very last word, did not translate. And so we have to put itself at the bottom. Ta-da. I do not know why mine is not 15. It should be. I must have yinged when I should have yanged somewhere. Okay.
I feel like I know why the text size is a problem. We could
I don't
probably
even know what size it
we
is.
could
What size is
probably progress through that.
it? It's a 12. So, um, one of the reasons is I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna push this down because I'm just getting hard returns because I want that to be on the second page. And I don't know how big I'm gonna make this on the first page, so I'm just pushing it down and I probably have 15 now. Oops, wrong one.
Or did you or was it or
Yeah.
was the process supposed to go through like from 2 to 15?
Yeah, well, what I just did is I just pushed this information down where the chapter actually starts. Like
The
the way
grand
it looks
design.
like this. So all this is still on the first page of mine, and I just pushed this
Ah,
information down to the second page. So now
okay.
the thing that you guys are going to have to really work on, and Jack probably already saw that. See all these little thingies here? You're going to have to go in and fix it. All of these.
Ah,
Yep. You got to fix it, make it better, and figure out where everything goes. I have literally had a client like this. And guess what? It was in Spanish too. Yeah. So I had to take all the text, put it into Google Documents and then translate all of it into English and then read it and then figure out where all the page breaks were supposed to be. It was This on steroids in Spanish.
Oh,
Yeah, because I got the Spanish version. They did not give me the English version. So you're going to keep flipping back and forth between this document and
there's like a
uh,
bunch of like enter keys.
yeah, hard returns, yeah. And this document. So in the assignment, I gave you a cheat sheet. It's this one. So at the top of the assignment, I put a link to this cheat sheet right here. So you can go back and forth and it'll open up here, but the book, actually, the chapter that you're working on, I think starts on page 9. So you'll go down to page 9 and there it is. It starts right there. So here's where the first page that you guys have starts. And it keeps going, keeps going. You do not have to put in these side notes, these sidebars.
Which page does it go till?
This one, I think it stops on chapter 2, which I gotta remember right here. So right here, you can see itself on page 24.
Okay.
On here it's page 24. On here it's 13 up at the top.
Do we have to justify and do we have to hyphenate and do we have to get rid of the hard returns?
So what I don't want you to do is justify. So see, no justification on these.
Good.
That document is justified. Do not justify. Number 2 is, what was the other question you asked? Justified and
Do we have to hyphenate?
no, no hyphenations. In this example, they do have a lot of hyphenations, so do not hyphenate. So those are 2 things. Darshane, remember, no hyphenations and no justified text.
It looks like I know you said it starts on page 9, but it looks like it starts on this page 17.
Oh, it's up here at the top. You see up here at the top where it says 11 of /176? So if you're trying to find it and you don't want to have to scroll through, it does start on 17 right there, but at the top it starts on 9.
Oh, okay.
And what about the hard returns
In the InDesign document,
in the InDesign document?
you're going to have to take them all out and make it look like
I figured.
the other one.
I figured.
Have you had a client this bad before, Jack?
I've had clients give me literally nothing to work with, and we have to like go through like pictures to
Free!
come up with ideas. Like I don't even know what I want.
Just make it
Like,
pop.
okay. Yeah, exactly.
It's
I don't even know what colors I
free!
like.
I've had that with cosplay with people, with friends I've been helping out with their costumes. It's like, I don't know what I want to do. I have to engineer it to, and it's just annoying with it so much.
Yeah. So the hard returns are going to take you a minute, and then you can start working on it. I would say probably if you just keep going and like just take them all out, it'll probably take you about a half hour to get them out. And then your document will be considerably shorter. Oh wait, there's more. Oh wait, there's more.
So, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
You
Go
can,
ahead.
this is because this was about the other project as well. So we're simultaneously working on 2 big projects. How long do you expect this one to take?
This one, you have until the end of the semester to, oh wait, here, where is the word to go? This one. You have basically till the end of semester to work on these. So here's exercise 6, here's project 4 and 5. So basically, you're gonna need to finish up the type paper. That's the first thing you need to do. And then start sketching your spreads for what you want to do for 5. 6, you're just gonna keep working on it, keep working on it. You don't have anything due for like a week and a half. 5 sketches will be due on the 22nd. And then the 250 word essay will be due at the same time. So basically, you're working on 3 things at the same time.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I'm doing this on purpose, and it's not to torture you, but it's to give you a realistic idea of what it's like to work. And I know you have other classes too on top of this. But you do have, 5 isn't due until May 1st. And 6 isn't due
okay.
until
So we have to
here.
write a research paper. It's 250 words.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're taking that research paper and we're making a book
Mm-hmm.
while we're working on formatting this book. And then the paper is due when?
And I did put a whole week, just to let you know, I did put a whole week down here to finish anything you guys need to finish. If you're all behind schedule, there's an extra week in here that I have given for you guys to catch up, to get everything done, and to study for the type test. So this whole week right here is just refining your behance. So if everything gets to be too overwhelming and you guys are really struggling to get all this done, I have built in an extra week for you guys to, if I have to extend it, then I have to extend it.
So when is the research paper due?
The research paper is due on the 22nd.
Okay, so today's the 10th, so all right, 12 days. All right, and did you cover the specification? Because this is a lot. I'm just gonna
Did
say
I
it's
cover
a lot.
to cover the what?
Um, is so 250 words, and we're just
Mm-hmm.
researching. I didn't see any specific things you wanted us to cover about
Oh, for the
the
design paper?
person. I mean, I
Yeah,
maybe
I
it
I
was.
did. It's in here.
Okay,
Required. The required is right here, and if you need me to make it bigger, I can.
yeah.
This is the
Okay, birth
required.
date, death, and basic biological information, name, typeface, created, classified. Okay. Okay. All right.
And just keep
I
track of
haven't
all
wrote a
your
paper in a
information.
little while, so um cool. All right.
And I'll just
And
go
then we'll
go ahead.
take that. And so should we be gathering imagery, like images or something simultaneously while we're
You
doing
can,
that?
that's why I gave you 4 and 5 together so that you can basically be gathering information for 5 at the same time you're researching for 4. Yeah, it says here, if you find any imagery, you can cite that as well.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
as long as you're like lenient about getting everything in, because this is a lot on top of other classes and
mm-hmm,
life in general. So
mm-hmm, I know.
I know we only have 1 month, like just over a month left of the semester. So
Mm-hmm. And remember, one of the days is going to be required portfolio night.
I'm
So
sorry,
right here,
Leo.
and that's
I
not from
don't
me.
think I
That's
can,
coming from the chair of the
yeah,
department.
I don't think I can stay that long though because I have a
Oh no, you
kid.
don't have to
Um,
stay that long.
yeah, I'm on
Wait,
campus that day.
It's just
Um,
the hours that it goes to from 6 to 10. That's
okay,
not
wait,
like you have to be
that
there from
might
6 to
be.
10.
wait, question.
Yeah.
Is is portfolio night completely optional?
No, it says required right here. And it's
What?
not from me, it's from the chair of the department.
So what happens if you can't make it? Is that
You'll
just
get
an
an
absence or are you
absence.
gonna mark
Yeah.
down the grade?
I don't have a grade set for it. You would just
Okay.
be getting an an
a no-show.
absence. Yeah.
Because
And I
sometimes it's
prob
for people to, because I have a two
you
or a
have,
3-year-old
right,
now.
you have
And
childcare you have to get and stuff.
yeah, and she can't be out that late.
No. So, and you don't need to be there that long. Especially unless you're like participating in it and you're going to be one of the people at the tables. Like you're not a senior, are you? Or what is it? Freshman, junior? Is this your second
I'm,
year?
well, I already have a degree. I'm earning this
Oh, so you
certificate.
don't need to, you don't need to be there.
I am going to submit something for portfolio. But yeah, just I
The
wasn't sure if
reason
it says in
I'm
red required in 6 to
right.
10, and it's kind of crazy. You
No.
know?
So the way that it works is people who are in portfolio who are doing the associate's degree of graphic design, they are required. I've done it. They are required to be there from 6 to 10 because they will have a table. They will have their banners up. They will have their all of their work that they are presenting for the night, and there'll be like a big area for everybody to sit and watch all of the awards, and then after that you can go look at all of the people's tables, or vice versa. I think they did it the other way around when I was there. They did the tables first and like a reception, and then you went and saw the awards. So I'm not sure what order they're going to do it in.
My other teacher said that because I have a class in the morning over there, and on Tuesday, Thursday, and she was saying that we could go. Is it an all day thing? Because she was suggesting we could go after class.
What time is your class at? I don't know what time they open the doors at, or if they're
Because
usually like for me, we were setting up the night before and then part of the next day, like right before it was supposed to start.
okay, so what I'm asking is if I could go there and like take pictures and like show you that I was there, could that count?
I think it should count.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're
Okay,
there,
cool.
you saw it. The only thing you're gonna miss is like the awards and stuff. And you're not submitting, so you don't need to see if
I
you
said
won or
I
not.
might. I said I might submit.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah,
did
I
say
didn't
that.
say I wasn't.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to see if you're gonna get an award?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm trying to process everything that we're supposed to be doing. So
Yeah.
we'll talk later.
Okay.
How am I supposed to prepare for all this stuff?
Prepare for what? It's a lot,
Portfolio
I
night
know.
has a bunch of. I don't know
Are
how.
you in, you're not in portfolio, are you?
What?
Are you in portfolio class, the class called portfolio?
I didn't know that was a thing, and no.
Okay. Are you getting an associate's degree in graphic design?
Yes.
Okay. How many credits do you have so far? Do you know? Like, are you did you just start? Okay, so how it works is if you have under 45 credits, you can win a $5,000 scholarship. Um, that's if you're a freshman, because then it would be applied to your next year. If you have over 45 credits, then you would be like a honorable mention, first place, second place, and those kind of things.
I don't know how to check that. I don't know how to check how many credits I have.
Well, you can, like Tiffany said last time, you can take the number of classes you've already taken and multiply that by three because most of your classes are 3 credits.
You could even call
I
the
have
school or
Mm-hmm.
talk to your
Yeah.
counselor too about
I
it.
had
Yeah.
three
Or the
classes
rec.
last semester. I have three classes this semester.
So that's 18 credits, right? Is that me? Three, six, nine.
That's like
Yeah,
Three,
18.
6,
18. 18 credits.
6 times 3. Yeah,
So yeah, you
18
are
credits.
eligible for the $5,000 thing.
So that means I have to participate.
You do, unless you're in portfolio class, you do not have to participate. You have to, what you're required to do is attend the portfolio night, which is the award ceremony and everybody putting out their work to be displayed.
So I don't have.
Like it's like a senior or like a junior end of the year capstone kind of display of all their work.
So from what I have, I don't have to set up a portfolio for this a thing, but I have to attend it. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
getting?
yeah. And the reason I put optional Behance page is because that's one of the things that they're going to be looking at. Um, your work in one of the
Where
areas they're gonna look at it. The judges will look at your Behance page if you have one, but they'll also be looking at the whatever you submit.
uh okay, well,
Have you done a Behance page already?
I have a Behance profile.
Okay, and have you put any projects in there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why I said this is optional. You will be required to put 5 in there. Project 5 will be a required Behance. And I think, yeah, right here, create a
I
Behance page for your project 5. So, first thing to focus on is the paper. Decide on your typographer. Do your research. And then start working on 5. Or you could be sketching while you're working on 4 for 5, because the sketches are due in 2 weeks, I think. Week 13. And we're at the end of week 11. So you have 1.5 weeks. And
so
if
I have
everybody's, go ahead.
okay, so I have to like work on like stuff about my selected typographer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, work on another project and prepare for um portfolio night.
You don't have to prepare anything for portfolio night if you don't want to. The only thing you are required to do is show up at some point on Thursday. That's
Okay.
it. You do not have to do anything else. Stop
Okay.
by, say hello, and leave. That's all you're required to do. But I think you guys are going to enjoy it if you haven't been to it before.
Yeah, what if I've already been to like 3 of them and participated in it myself?
I go every year myself because it's nice to see the new people's work and also connect with people who are graduating so you can collaborate with them. I gather everybody's like name or do their QR codes or get their business cards because those are your future colleagues.
I went last year and I was very impressed. There was a lot of talent.
Hmm.
I,
So I know it's a lot because I know you're thinking about the type journal, you're thinking about the type test, you're thinking about the paper, and you're thinking about the 2 projects. So try to focus on just the most important thing right now. And the most important thing is just pick your typographer and start the research. We will
okay.
we will study for the type test for during every class. And it's going to be a multiple choice. It's not going to be that hard. And I have put in a buffer. It's actually like 2 weeks buffer. And I'm missing a little green thing here. 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks of class, I just have refine Behance and review lecture notes. Refine Behance, review lecture notes. And then last week is just presenting and the final test. So There's this whole week to get caught up. And even this week is just Behance study for the type test. So really, you guys have 2 full weeks to get caught up if you're behind. And I did that on purpose to make sure that if we fall behind, there's this buffer time. If we're on time and you get everything done when it's due, then you have time to refine your Behance pages and not stress out about the type test and get your type journal ready for critique. So this is what those 2 weeks are for. Is for you guys to hopefully stay on track, get everything done on time, and then just refine everything. If not, then you have that time to get caught up. And if everybody's falling behind, then I will move the due date. When I first looked at the syllabus and all of the projects, and I thought about it, and I thought, wow, this is a lot. But you know what happens with when you have these kind of classes and you are pushed just a little bit, you end up being super prepared for the next class. So is there any other questions about all this? No? Okay. So again, the type study or the type research paper, you have next week to work on it and work on 5 and 6 at the same time. And the thing about 6 is once you get all these returns out, which if you just focus for like a half hour, you can get it done. Once you set up your type styles and your paragraph styles and your characters, paragraph and character styles, then it will be easy. It looks harder than it is. It's just these returns. If these returns weren't on there, it wouldn't look as hard. So as you can see, it's not going to take that long. It's like my brainless work because you can always go back and fix it. What I would do first of all is go in here and turn off all the hyphenations. And that might bring up some of the information too. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to go over, if you guys haven't panicked and had a heart attack yet, is the type test. And I went over it briefly last class. Let's see if it'll work. There we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So there's 5 pages, and I have set up 5 times for us to review this. So I'm going to take 1 page per review. And as you can see, most of them are quite easy, and they're in alphabetical order. You'll get a prompt in the test that'll say precise arrangement of letter forms upon an imaginary horizon or vertical line. And you're going to have to pick, is it a cap height? Is it a baseline? Is it an ampersand? Is it an alignment? So that's all you got to do. I think the biggest thing that you're going to need to do is just read these definitions. And they're self-explanatory. Typographic character represents the word and. If you got this question on a test, stroke on a lowercase letter that extends above the mean line. An ascender. Imaginary horizontal line upon which the base of each capital letter sits. Baseline. You guys already know what body copy or slash tech body text is, but the definition, you won't get a picture like this. So you're going to need to know the definition. Text material, usually set in the size of 6 to 12 points, also called text type or body copy. So I think this is on the text. Body text is on the test, but you guys a lot of times go by body copy, but it can also be called body text. So if you see body copy or body text in the question at all, it's this one. Or if you see typeset in 6 to 12 point sizes. Type with a thicker, heavier stroke than the regular version of a font of the font. Bold-faced. And this will be one of them, and a lot of times you don't think about the second letter, boldface. Just remember, if you see thicker, heavier than the regular version, that's bold. And then a symbol character used to organization or ornamentation. And I'm sure you guys know this stuff. Have you guys looked at the information that I have given you previously with the information on Blackboard for the definitions of these? Have any of you had time to look at them and become familiar with them? And is there any of them that you feel like is going to be hard for you on the test? No?
Depends on our knowledge.
What? I'm sorry, what?
And that depend on our knowledge.
Yeah. We've talked about cap height measures from the baseline to the cap line. So these four right here, I'm glad they're on the same page because they can become confusing. I highlighted the one where the definition is. So the baseline is the bottom one. The ascender, and I put all the definitions right here on this ascender one so that you could see, and I don't know if you can see it on your page, on your screen. Serifs have a tendency to go above the cap line. And those are sometimes called the ascender line. But for this particular one, it's just the stroke on a lowercase letter that extends above the mean line is an ascender. Descender's on the other one. And a descender is just the opposite. It's a stroke on the lowercase letter that descends below the baseline. And the cap height, I highlighted blue for the top and the bottom. So the cap height is the space in between the cap line and the baseline. And the cap line is right here at the top. So the cap line is the imaginary horizontal line defined by the height of the capital letters. And then a character is just basically a symbol, a sign, a mark in the language. So characters on a line. And I just put a different type. These ones are all pretty self-explanatory. But what I would do is I would read the definitions. Because you could look at the picture and go, oh yeah, I know what a cap height is. But then when you have to read the definition in the type test, you might get confused with baseline, cap line, ascender, descender. the cap height and the cap line. So the cap line is the top, baseline, and the cap height is in the middle. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I would suggest going in to the Blackboard, maybe printing this out if you can, and just have it handy to look at on a regular basis. Like study one of them. I once had this math teacher who was like, well, just keep when you're in the elevator, when you're here, where you're there, keep studying whenever you have a minute. But I think a lot of these are very easy for you guys to remember. I think the hardest part is going to be learning how to juggle all the different projects. It's going to go here. Do you guys ever use the calendar in Blackboard?
No.
Does it help you at all? I
I mean, I
used
haven't
to
really
use
dug
it
into it that much.
to add my own stuff to it to make myself have deadlines. So I would add stuff to the just here so I could like study for test, study for test, study for test, or work on this today or work on that today. That's one way that I managed to keep all of my assignments straight or one of my classes straight is I put everything on the calendar to keep myself moving and remember all my deadlines.
I just use the Notes app on my phone.
That's great. I use mine a lot too. I also I am a victim of post-it notes too. Okay. Jack, do you have any
What's
advice
up?
to
For
manage all of your projects?
just stay organized. That's the best thing you can do. Just prioritize what's most important first and then go from there.
Yeah.
My dad always told me that, if he's stuck on something, he can't work on anything. He works on something in the meantime while he sends that, if he needs work done from someone else, he sends that work off to them and then he works on something else in the meantime. So always stay busy, but kind of like plan your game ahead of time.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about there, having the calendar to have an idea of your timelines and how you're gonna get stuff done. Or if like what a lot of the times if I just got like a mental block or I'm just like I can't work on this anymore, I just switched to something else for, a half hour, and I was able to go back
Even
and
just
work
like
on it
taking a
again.
walk or like going to get
Yeah,
something to eat just
yeah,
refreshes your brain.
yeah. Okay. So, are you ready to present, Jack? I'm gonna stop
I
sharing.
can.
Wait, what? Oh, wait.
Jack didn't
Oh,
get to
Jack wasn't
present
here
his book.
last class.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was having some pretty bad stomach problems.
I forgot.
Hmm.
Oh,
Sorry.
It was
I'm
not a
sorry.
good time. All right.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I definitely ate something funky, and my stomach did not agree with it.
Mm,
All right, let's see. Let me get the PDF file open. Make sure this is the right file. Looks like it. Okay. Screen sharing is not on.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Chapstick. Okay. So for mine, I ended up using I went with like a baseball route here. So um my book is called Inside the Seams because the wait here. Actually, let me grab my subject here. So I actually cut open a baseball in order to use it as my subject here. Um, this is the yarn that's inside of a baseball. There's like three different layers, right? So you got your outer core, and you got one of these also surrounded with yarn, which is actually this right here. So that's on the outside. Then you have this layer, and then you have a little core in the middle. And I wanted to use this yarn because there's so much of it in a baseball. Like it took me like half an hour just to undo one of these in one baseball. So I did this like what 3 times to get enough of this. So I wanted to use the inside of a baseball to create the lettering here. So this is the A. This is like the first one that I did. It wasn't my favorite, but I think I did pretty good with it. But you'll see as I go on, it starts to get a little bit better as it goes. Um, and then yeah, here are the type pages too. So I think I went with. Oop, uh, let's see. I went with Garamond for my header text, and then I went with Brandon Grotesque for my secondary. And yeah, just scroll through these here.
Did you export them as spreads at all?
As a spread, no, I did not.
Okay. That would have
Yeah,
been
it's just
helpful for us to see the side by side.
yeah. Do you want me to do that real quick? Let's
Yeah.
see. I mean, I could also just show it in here real quick too. It'd just be
If it's
easier.
done, yeah, you can do the
Yeah,
presentation.
yeah, I could just do the presentation and design. It'd be just as easy. So yeah, here's the side by side. Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Are you able to put it in presentation mode in InDesign?
Yeah, let me see. Okay. Presentation mode is just pressing F, right?
Down over in the, what's this called? Right here. There
Hold on.
should be a presentation mode,
Oh,
or I think it's
uh,
Shift W or something. Yeah. Not
I
that
never
one. I think it's
use
this one, the one up.
this one right here.
Yeah, view options. And then oh, it's not giving you presentation mode. Okay, go to view. I can't remember. It's view. Window.
I'm
Try window. I'm trying to remember where it's at in here.
Yeah, I'm also on a
Cause
Windows too, so it might be a little different from you.
yeah. Oh, that's right. You are. Uh,
Hold on.
I know it's here somewhere. I'm
Route
looking
to
at it. I know. Oh wait. Okay. Under view, screen mode. Let's see if that works.
Oh, here it is. Uh, oh, there it is. There we go. Beautiful. Okay,
Sorry.
so yeah, here are the side by side. So I picked out all the words to and that relate to baseball. So like an ace is like the uh like your main pitcher who does like their best work on the mound. Uh, Batting, obviously, big part of the game. Curveball is a type of pitch that's thrown by a pitcher. Double, errors that happen, especially towards the beginning of the year. Fly balls, grand slam, home run. This is where I started kind of getting the hang of using the yarn for the presentation, trying to get a little bit better shaped. Like I actually started using like tweezers and stuff here to get everything so precise. And there was also a time where like I just had like different strands, like small strand, medium strand, long strand, just to uh, get the smaller shapes. And if you see anything too that you want to point out, just feel free to chime in.
I will.
Yeah.
I did. I'll go back. I'm just keep on swimming. I'm watching.
I was thinking about putting the core in the middle of this one, but I thought it looked a little weird, like this little thing right here.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, I felt like it would have broken the consistency a little bit because everything else just doesn't have that. So I decided to just keep it simple. There we go. And then this was one of the baseballs that I tore up or before I tore it up completely. It
The
was
color
the
palette on
final.
that's nice.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I like the color palette that I chose for this project, and the blues and the reds. Just it feels like opening day baseball. Oop.
All right, can you put it back in presentation mode?
Yeah, here, let me scroll back up to
And
the top
does
here for
anybody
you.
want to make any comments?
I love your font, and I mean the one that you did with the yarn. They look awesome, and I love the picture of the ball.
Yeah, I destroyed I think 3 baseballs in order to get this project done.
You know that
So
some of your letters look like so well shaped. They look like you made them, I don't know, in Photoshop, and then you added the little hairs.
there were
So I,
certainly some tweaks that I made with like warping and whatnot to get the
oh,
shape
okay.
working a little bit better. But for the most part, it was done entirely, with the photography.
They look amazing.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Um, you decided to put the text and the box in basically all centered in the middle of the page instead of having the header set at a certain place and then the text set at a certain place. What was your reasoning behind that?
Um, are you're talking about this over here, right? On the
Yeah, because if you go between each page, they are all over. They're like,
Yeah, and the reason why I chose to do this was
which
because not right.
error is bold.
Oh yeah, look at that. What the heck? Maybe did I don't
Wait,
know if I
what?
did that. Yeah, I think. Oh
The text on error is bold.
yeah, yeah. What the heck? Maybe there was something wrong with my typeface when I brought
I
that
don't
over. I'll have to
see.
fix that.
I don't see it as bold.
It's all lowercase right here except for the E, and
Small
the E is
And
capitals,
the
not.
maybe? No, it's not.
and the
Yeah,
body
I
copy
think the.
is
Oh, you know
in
what?
bold.
I remember what happened here. I remember what happened here. I'll have to fix that. I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, I think we changed this page when we talked last, and I didn't apply it to the other pages yet. I think this might be an
Okay.
older document. Um, but yeah, I can get that fixed. But yeah, everything else here. The reason why I went with putting everything in the center here is because not every single paragraph is the same like length.
Hmm.
Like you notice, like flyball might be a little bit longer than. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, what the heck was that? All? Yeah, like every paragraph is not the same size, and I wanted it to be like centered on the page, um, instead of it being like kind of all over the place. See,
Instead
like
of
ace
it,
is the longest.
yeah, which
Um,
I think, and go to B.
yeah, you can
So
kind of
the
see it
thing that
slowly
you run
gets.
into with if you go to A is that there's a lot of space at the top, but not at the
Mhm.
bottom.
everything is centered. It might not
Yeah,
appear
I
that way.
know. So what you did is you took all of the information and centered it in the page. So what if it was really short, then it was let down here, and if it was
Hmm.
really long, then it was up higher on the
Right. Yeah. It's just
page.
it. You get more space up here and whatnot.
Yeah, depending on how much text you have, the header could be up really high or the header could be low.
Hmm.
But although your header kind of stays in the same place,
Generally, it just depends on the paragraph
because that
size.
was what I was trying to figure out. Like,
Like kind of like
why is
more
that one
towards the
higher? Yeah,
yeah. It's because I'm centering the headline or
header.
not the headline, the
Mhm.
header and the body text as like it's one entity here instead of it being just the headline being in one spot. Because like if this paragraph goes too far down, then it starts covering the seam on the bottom here, and it just kind of just looks weird.
So when somebody, I don't know, when you get a book and you like, I always start back to front. You like flip it, like you feather it, and you like go through it really fast.
Hmm.
It would go like that.
Right.
So I don't know how you feel about that. Wait, can you go back to the last one?
Sure.
Okay, I thought for a second like the size changed of the
Yeah,
header.
I only changed the size if it was like something that I need to like describe a little bit more because someone who may pick up this book not might not know what a K is in
Mm,
baseball, which is a strikeout. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's up to you. You might think about having your header all in the same spot and then just letting your body copy either be long or short, long or short, long or short, so that the header always stays in the same place.
Yeah, I could do that where I could just like put it like more the header towards the top and then just leave
Yeah,
the body text in the middle and just have
yeah,
that change sizes depending on the page. I don't know, I wanted to keep the distance between the caption and the headline like close together, same distance from each other because like every single page is the same distance from the body text.
right. Um, and the reason I say that is to leave more at the bottom than the top is when you are framing a picture, the top, let's say you're matting it, the mat is 1 inch at the top, and the bottom mat is an inch and a half. So you always have more information at the top, and then the bottom kind of is like an anchor. So the space at the bottom would be it's better to have more space at the bottom than at the top
Okay.
because people will go kind of like across straight from the queue, like the top of it, and go, oh, okay, I'm gonna. So if it goes up and down, um, it could be a little bit more difficult for the reader to have a sense of it's so organized and it's so structured, but then to have the text and the header move around a lot, um, it seems like it would be better if it were the header be in one stay in one spot and then the body copy box either get longer or shorter.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
So
that
the
makes sense.
bottom moves instead of the top.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I see that. I see that.
And then I don't know if you worked on the rag at all.
I worked on
Some
a
of them
little bit. Some of them,
are not, some of them are pretty good. There's a couple that were could be worked
yeah, there
on.
were a couple
Li-
that I had issues with because why can't I escape? Well, let me escape. There we go. My body text here is I'm playing around with the tracking. I never go above or below positive or negative 20 when it comes to the tracking.
Yeah, and
And
even 10.
that's
I'd
where
stick to
yeah.
10.
Hmm. Like 20 was like the max that I would do
Mm-hmm.
for newspaper when I worked with publications. But
Right. And it also
Yeah,
depends on the font that you're using, what you can get
right.
away with.
So, yeah, that is definitely a problem that I did run into with this project was the fact
Wait,
that I just had a lot of issues with
um,
um
I understand this part right here. I mean, it's I don't know what that's called. What is that called? Where you're highlighting information. And is this an M dash?
I think so.
This might be an N dash. Is it a dash or is it an M dash? Yeah, I think you have to hit command and then dash to get an M dash. It's a longer, I think it's an N dash. This is an N
Yeah,
dash.
let's see. I don't remember how to do that exactly on my
I think it's command dash, like the dash sign on the
command.
keyboard. I can't remember if it's
Um,
control.
control is just what it does the zoom. It might be different. Oh, there we go. Just makes it a little bit smaller. Oh no, that just actually changed the size. I just learned something new.
It's a option. You're on a PC, but on
Yeah,
a Mac, it's option dash
so it'd be.
where it makes
Oh,
it
there we go.
longer.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got it.
So there you go. This is the difference between an N dash and an M dash, guys. If you weren't paying attention. So an M dash is where you press option on a Mac and then the dash sign on the top of the keyboard. And it'll give you a longer dash sign, a dash symbol, as opposed to an N, which is just a dash. So you learned something today. Yeah, and depending on your text, some of your words might be difficult. Like if you were to take and out and put it on the next line, you might have a problem with where, pushing this and
Right.
making another line and pushing dedication to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it also depends on what text you're dealing with.
Because yeah, if
But
I change the bounding box, I wanted it to fit on. I don't know if you can see the background too well, but like I wanted it to kind of fit within this line here and this line here, and leave a buffer of one of the pinstripes.
oh, did you add
Um,
an effect on this box?
well, yeah, the box itself is in effect, so it should automatically adjust to
Yeah,
any size that I put it to.
right. I don't
But
know
yeah, I
if you
wanted to.
guys learned that too. So he put a effect on his box that the text is in, so no matter how he
Why do I
rearranges
do that?
or changes the size of the box, it should be working. So for some
There we
reason your
go.
effect's not working. Um, it'll keep a one. What did you put? A 1 point or 2 points
I think
around
I
the edge,
put
all the edge of the
a.
text,
I think I put a couple of points, at least two. I want to say, if I remember correctly.
so you don't have to worry about that trying to fit center text
Right. Yeah.
in
So
a
it's just
box.
yeah, it just automatically fixes itself if I need to make changes.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it this shape, and I also didn't want to like expand it or contract it too much more, because then it just
Okay.
becomes a little bit too tight or too expanded and kind of takes up too much of the space on the page. Yeah,
Hmm.
I can fix everything now. I can resubmit it and
Okay.
some
Are
changes.
you going to put it on your Behance page, or do you still have one? Are you using it anymore, or do you have a portfolio?
I have a portfolio now. I don't really use my Behance too much anymore. It was full of a lot of projects from when I was at COD a couple of years ago that I'm currently reworking. So they're not published right now.
Okay. Do you think you'll put this on your
If I clean
portfolio?
it up, yeah, I think. I think I just ran out of time with
Yeah.
uh with this project, and I would like to fix it because I am happy with like the lettering, the photography that I did for that. That's definitely a highlight. My command keys, I think they're being a little weird with the fact that I'm screen sharing.
Yeah,
not
that
letting.
happens, especially if you have Google open at the same time. Um,
Yeah, it's not letting me zoom
and
out.
you could do a GIF as well. You can create a GIF in Photoshop and have the pages turn.
Yeah,
You can do that as well.
yeah, I know how to do that in After Effects as well. So it might actually
Yeah.
be easier to do in After Effects.
Yeah, I would say any animation is better in After Effects.
I've
I
been trying to
learned
tell my dad that for
animation.
years.
Really?
Yeah.
I started animation in Photoshop, and when I learned After Effects, I'm like, why? Why do we do it, learn it in Photoshop?
I mean,
So I've been trying to talk COD into doing motion graphics.
I've been doing a lot of like motion graphics and whatnot recently for my own
That's nice.
personal
Yeah.
stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's nice. In
And
those
After
are
that's
cool.
that's
Effects.
just that's all done in Illustrator and then imported into After Effects because it supports
Do
vector
you
layers.
import all your layers into After Effects?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the nice thing
Um,
about After Effects. You can
yeah.
export your Illustrator file into After Effects and it will take all your layers that you had in
Yeah, I have
Illustrator
like
and it won't be a
all of the
JPEG.
pieces
I
here, so if I
feel
need
like
to animate each one of them,
I
yeah.
Yeah.
feel like I've had a similar experience. I've only done like portraits of fictional characters in Adobe Illustrator with vector graphics.
Yeah. Once you learn After Effects, it gets really fun because then you can start moving everything around and
Yeah, I've
add
been playing
lots of
around with After Effects a
effects and it's
lot.
cool.
All like
It's fun.
Yeah. That was kind of like my minor was After Effects. I really liked it.
I'd like to do
I
more
should
with
do that.
After Effects,
Yeah.
get better at it.
Well, what I'd like you to do is clean it up if you can and then
For sure.
submit it as spreads.
Yeah, I will do that.
And the cover, did we see the cover? I can't remember.
Yeah, the cover was just pretty basic. I
Okay.
tried putting an image on here, but I just didn't really like it. I kind of just liked the just the text. I thought it just did the job personally.
I think
'Cause I
technically
was
that's supposed to
I
be
was
your
originally
inside
gonna put
cover.
yeah, I was originally gonna put this image on the front here. I don't know. I just kind of felt like it was just better at the back and like, oh hey, this is what it looks like actually.
Your back cover and your front cover, these are actually your inside front cover and your inside back cover.
Yeah, I
Your
need to add
cover was
those
supposed
extra
to be in
pages.
a separate file. So your
Right.
cover and back cover were
Yeah,
supposed to be in a
this
separate file.
document was is not built for I don't know, it was blurb. I didn't this was
Right.
all built entirely the whole document by me and structured everything and whatnot. So yeah, I'd have to submit this again for project 2.
Okay. And project 3, project 2, and 3.
Yeah,
Yes, please do that as soon as
for
possible
sure.
because you do have a lot of other work to get done.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else wanted to say anything? Oh, very cute. Well, thank you.
Yep. Um, it's- there's- go.
Cool. All right. I'm sure you guys want to get to work or take a break. You want to take a break, 10-minute break? Come back at 8:15.
I think that sounds good.
Okay. Alrighty then. Pop, hello. Sorry. Things that make you go, Okay. I was also thinking about another thing while I was on break, and one of my kids who has like a massive amount of homework to get done on a regular basis, I ask him how he gets it done and how does he prioritize it. And he also prioritizes assignments by the amount of points that they're worth. If they are worth very little, he does not prioritize it. He gets it done, but he doesn't prioritize the ones that are a lot of points. And the reason that he does that is for this GPA. Because, and I did that as well for my GPA because I wanted the scholarships. So I wanted to make sure my GPA was as high as possible. You know, if that helps with anything. But if your GPA is not like a high end priority, my priority for you is to learn the content and understand it and be able to create things with it, with the knowledge that you get. Because nobody's going to look at your GPA when you have a job. They're going to look at how well you use the tools. Okay. I think Chris and Jack were the ones who weren't here last week. And I forgot to stop recording. I'm gonna stop recording now. Sorry, Darshane. There was like 10 minutes of dead space. Bye, Darshane.